Hi everyone, it's Erin from EB Mixed Media. I am working again today in my graph paper journal, which I created recently, and I have a video on how I did that. I love working on this cheap graph paper. It's super thin, so I've stitched the pages together, but there's just something about how it looks through the pages or through the paint, and how I guess because it's cheap, I feel like I can experiment and be more free. I don't know what it is, but anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And I have this messed up piece of underpaper sitting here, and I'm loving this section right here. So I think I'm going to cut that out and use that in here. I've also got some more of this Tim Holtz Ideology collage paper. I think I used this in the last journal page that I did. I kind of forgot I had this, and so I've got a bunch of it, so I thought, okay, I'll use that again. So I've got that. I've got some scrap book pages, and I've got a few stamps over here on the side. So let's just see what we can make. All right, so to start, I am going to begin by just tearing this. And I kind of want to get a bigger section. There we go. I could have used a ruler maybe, but this is way bigger than I need, I think. Okay. So, great tip for you is I always work on this butcher paper. I buy it online. I think you can get it in restaurant supply stores, but the more you work on it and the more you paint on it and the more you mess it up, you get this big mess, and sometimes you can do great things with it. So that's where we're starting from. And let's see. See, that's still a cool piece. I think I'm going to just go with that. I'm feeling kind of something really horizontal here across the page. Maybe about there. Let's see, where's my glue stick? And you can see this was, I even flipped it over to get more use out of that piece of butcher paper. So there's a lot of mess on the other side of it as well. All right, I'm just gonna throw this down. Maybe I'll come all the way over, I don't know. Maybe about there. Let's see. Get it in the gap there in the crease. And then trim it. Okay, perfect. Next up, I've got this Tim Holtz stuff. And this one is sort of cool. I don't know if it has an actual name. Entomology. So it's got these great, what do you call these things? Moths and things. Actually, I like that. So let's see here. Kind of liking it on the bottom of the page, maybe. I think I'm going to do that. What's cool about this stuff is when you apply it with a matte medium, it sort of just disappears on the page. And that's fun. So let me grab my matte medium. This is from Liquitex, but any would do. Or if you have Mod Podge, that would work. Or even some thinned out Elmer's glue. So I'm going to throw this on and spread it out a little bit with a brush. And this stuff can wreck your brushes, I find, unless you clean them really well right after you use them. And I'm not sure what was on here, but the matte medium is reactivating it, which is fine. So it's kind of looking blue, but that's okay. So you get it on underneath really well, and then go over the top of it. And this is going to give me a blue tint because it's pulling blue from this underpaper. And I don't know, whoops, I'm not sure what I was working with that's coming off. That's kind of cool. All right, just to sort of keep this theme going a little bit more, the problem is well, I guess the graph paper does still show through. I feel like I just maybe want this up here, just for some balance with the black. That's probably way more than I needed. And I think the torn edge works better with this stuff because it just blends into your background better if the edges are torn rather than cut. Okay. This is looking good. I've pulled out my Neocolor 2 water-soluble crayons, and I think I'm going to use these with the matte medium to fade that blue out a little more to the rest of the page. It just looks too jarring. There's a nice line here, so we need it to blend more. So I'm going to use the matte medium because these are water soluble, so they will reactivate if you put anything on top of them. But if you sort of use the matte medium with them, that sets it on the page a little bit better. So I'm not sure what color I want to go with, but I think this is pretty close. And I'm just going to do a little bit here. And I've got my brush still. And let's just see how we can blend that out a little bit. But maybe I went a little heavy with the crayon, and now I'm having a hard time getting the actual scribble marks out, which I don't really like. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of gesso, and the gesso will also help set the color. And what's kind of fun about this is you get a more dreamy look with the gesso. And there I got rid of all those scribble marks. Let's get some purples in here as well. Maybe this lavender. I feel like this is, I used these colors before. Maybe that's why it was on the underpaper to begin with. And get some of this off of there. Yeah. And notice I haven't dried this at all. Let's go down here. You can use just water with the Neocolors, but like I said, the matte medium sort of sets it a little better for you. I like that. Liking that a lot. Let's see. Another idea is to get this kind of deeper purple color, and I'm coloring it on my acrylic block. And then we're going to add some water to activate it. And I've got my fan brush here. And this will allow me to do some splatters. Keeping in mind, though, that could be reactivated if I put something else on top of it. So let's dry that. I'm liking the splatters. I'm going to do some in black. This time I'm going to use acrylic paint. This is coming together so quickly, guys. I can't get over it. It's the magic of the, whoa, that was a lot. It's the magic of the graph paper journal. It always seems to just work out for me without too much struggle. I completely forgot that I had intended to put some book pages in here. I don't know if I want them now. I'm not sure I'm gonna like the yellowed color. Oh, maybe I do. Do I? Thoughts? I kind of wish I put it down first. Let's just use this since it's out here. I don't know, I might regret this. We'll see. Oh, nuts, that wasn't dry. Yikes. Let's see. Not to worry, it's easy to clean up off of matte medium. Okay. All right, let's see. I'll just kind of blend those in a bit. There's still matte medium on here, so I'm really able to blend. That's why it's blending so easily. Getting a real grungy effect. So I feel like I need a little more black because I covered up a lot of it. And I'd like some little black dots showing up on the paper that I just put down as well. There we go. Let me dry that again. Continuing on, I have a fun, I'm pretty sure this is a Tim Holtz honeycomb stamp, and I have some archival ink in Garden Patina, and I am going to just add a little bit more to this, you know, layering to this page. This is one of my favorite stamps. I just love it. Kind of haven't used it in a while. But just adding more, a little more layering into the page. Loving it. And then I have, this is also Tim Holtz, I'm pretty sure. It's just kind of an alphabet, grungy alphabet stamp. And this is the only purple I have in a stamp pad, I think. No, I do have another one. I do have an archival ink. This is Distress Oxide, which would also have potential to be reactivated with water. This is archival ink, so it's permanent. I I hope I like this color. We'll see. I mean, I love this color, but I hope I like it on here. Did I do it upside down? No. Did I? No. Okay. I just put a little there because I didn't want to do too much if I wasn't going to like it. So I'm really sticking to these very few colors on this one. This page. But in doing so, that kind of guarantees you that it's going to work well together. So if you're kind of new to this, picking colors that are analogous, which is next to each other on the color wheel, like these kind of blues and purples, helps you to get a really harmonious piece. It also means you're not going to get mud when the colors blend together, but also just sticking to a couple colors. So in this case, it's sort of this tealy blue, purple, and black. And then this kind of neutral. But that sort of assures you that it's going to be good or work together. So to finish this off, I've pulled some purple flowers from my stash. These are all a little bit different, but the same color family. And I'm going to just arrange those over here in the corner, like so. And then I'm going to grab some sentiments. I've got these. These are also Tim Holtz, I believe. Are they? Yeah. Again, label stickers. Tim Holtz ideology. Thoughts. That's the name of that one. How about Full of Wonder? You know, this is like entomology, the natural world. Lots to be amazed about there. And I feel like if I put it here, it gets lost. There's too much black. So what if we put it here instead? Yeah, that's it. That came together really easily. I think it's really cute. Love how you can still see the graph paper. And I was able to use up just a lot of stuff I've had in my stash for a long time, and including that underpaper. It's hard to believe that you could start with that and get something so pretty out of it. So that's all I have for you today. I'll be back again soon with another video. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.